Hi, thank you so much for joining me today. This is Jenny Oya with Nuggets and Things. Honey, I was thinking the other day about things that we do, places that we go, people that we meet. You ever feel like sometimes you get in a place, you're with a person, and you feel like you're stuck there? There's a purpose for everything, honey. You know, our plan is always bigger than what we anticipate, believe or no. Um, one of the times of one of the greatest people I think about a lot of times, was Harriet Tubman. I think about her story, her history, right? And in her history, it is about how this one person who had a hardship, she struggled, right? And because she had this rebellion inside of her. She rebelled a lot, kind of like me. She was rebellious. And her rebellion, caused her a lot of, hardships. But she was willing to go through whatever she had to go through to get where she needed to go. Okay. Sometimes we don't understand, why we had to hit this wall. You had to hit this wall in order to get to this place. Because see, our direction is not the master direction. It's not, the straight plan. Sometimes we get off course. We hit detours. But honey, don't mistaken, sometimes those hits as a failure. Sometimes those hits are purposed to stall you. You have been stalled, put on pause for a moment so that you can be able, to be ready for what is coming. So you're stalled, you're paused. You have to hesitate. You need to stop. Put yourself in neutral for a sec, right? Because something greater is coming. Sometimes you meet people and the person that you met, who, good gracious, honey, cause you more struggles than enough. But they still was purposed. They were purposed to stick you there for a moment. A year, 3, 8, however long you were there. You were in that place, that thorn, right? They may have been a thorn in your side. You can't go nowhere. You can't grow. You can't go because they right there. But you had to be there. And they need to be there. They were placed there to keep you on pause. So you can't go no further so that what is meant for you when it comes, you won't miss a step. Because see, sometimes when we're in a rush to get somewhere, we're in a rush. And because of that rush, we're moving too fast, right? And then you get there too soon and you mess around and get the wrong person or get the wrong thing, right? And the wrong thing ain't never good for nobody. You know what I mean? But see, that's why you had to hit that. Sometimes in moving, right? You move to a place that I had an idea. Uh, I done skipped so many places in the Harriet Tubman. Harriet Tubman. Let's go there. I'm gonna get back to where I was. I'm hoping. Harriet Tubman, honey. She when she escaped and went for her freedom, because all she saw was her freedom to come out of slavery. Because when she saw that her husband was free and he was trying to get her freedom, y'all know the story, right? You know how sometimes people have this fetish about they want you. So, they ain't gonna let you go because they want you. You've been there, that little sidekick, right? They already got the main squeeze, but they still want you as a sidekick. You know what I'm saying? So they didn't want to give her freedom. And she said, well, if they're not going to give it to me freely, I'm going to fight for her. Her parents, she said, I'm going. I'm going, honey. And look, I'm going if I have to die on the journey. I'm going to go. Well, look, if you determine, let me tell you how to get there. Ain't that amazing? Sometimes you got to put up a fight, honey, and let people know you're serious about this. I'm serious about getting where I'm trying to go. I'm serious about what I want to do. I'm serious about the plan that I have. I'm serious about the ideal that that came to me, my vision, my purpose. I am serious about it. Now, You might think I'm just doing a whole lot of talking because a whole lot of people be doing a lot of talking, right? Ain't trying to go nowhere, ain't trying to do nothing, they're just talking. But I'm serious. And let me show you how serious I am. She got her stuff packed. She started packing up. Well, look, if you're going to go here, stop by there, you know? And it wasn't easy now. You know, she's on foot. They on horses. But she made it. You know? She never knew how to swim. But honey, want the water carry you. You know something about water is life. You know that, right? I know all y'all know that, honey. Water is life. Whenever you drink water, you're drinking life. You know, when you bathe in water, you're bathing in life. When you walking in the rain, you're letting life pour all over you. You know, water, honey, is life. When you understand what water really is, you're treated different, honey. You're treated. They try to mess up our water, but honey, those of you that know some things, you don't let me go there now, honey. You know. But anyway, the water, honey, that should have drowned her carried her. You know, carried a woman who could not swim. You know, she got her freedom. And like some people, you know, she didn't think about herself when she got free. She wanted to free others. She came back for those she had left behind. You know, some people finally arrive to a place. They finally get a good job. They finally get themselves on their feet. They finally start making the right kind of money. They finally riding the right kind of car, living the right kind of life they think is better than somebody else. And they don't think about the people who they left behind. You know, I have arrived. I have made my fame now. You know, I'm so important. I don't have time for the little people. You know, but honey, when she got that paper, the first thing she did was change her name. Ain't it amazing? I like it. You know, when you know that you are new, you do something new. And the first thing you want to do is change your identity. You know, that's what people do, honey, when they get something new. People get married, but you change your last name. Something new now. Because, you know, I'm no longer, you know, Miss Butler. I'm now, you know, Mrs. Matthews. You know, and I want to be identified as so. You know, the importance of your identity. Here she go. She went back. You know, her purpose was to go back and get her husband. Her husband, honey. You know, not her boyfriend, not her man, not her boo, but her husband. She went back to get her husband. When she got back, he had already married someone else. He said she had been gone for a couple of years. He heard that, you know, that she had died over the bridge. And so he took on another woman, you know. It was nothing wrong with what he did. He thought his wife was dead. He knew, you know, he still had a life he wanted to fulfill. And though he may have mourned for her, and there's nothing wrong with what he did. But in her eyesight, you couldn't wait for me. I mean, come on, Stu, stop, you know, let it go. He was just your beginning. He wasn't your purpose, though. He was what you needed to give you a desire to be free because you met a man who had freedom. And that made you have a desire to be free. That was his purpose, honey. That was all. He set you in motion, you know? But guess what? You could not have a husband. You could not have a husband on the task that you had. For years, she went back and forth, freeing people. You know, a so lonely woman. You know, she didn't go back, you know, with a troop. She went by herself and traveled through woods, you know, passed through all kinds of danger to free people. But when she went to get her husband and she realized she couldn't get him, there were, you know, like 10 to 12 people waiting because they wanted that freedom. You know, they heard about Moses, who was going to deliver the people. You know, that bump she had on her head, you know, that rock that hit her head and caused her to have these, they call spells. There was that bump that some people, you know, oh, good gracious, look at that, not, you know, whatever. But guess what it did? It allowed her to be able to see past things now. So she had visions and she could see things that was about to happen, premonitions and, you know, things of that nature, you know, because of that bump. You know, just saying. Sometimes you get a bump on the road. You get, you know, you hit some bad things in life. Meet some, you know, rough characters. But honey, those bumps, honey, are going to get you where you need to go. She said, I could have freed 10,000s of people. I could only free hundreds because the fear. They were afraid. They didn't want to take the flight. Isn't it amazing? Yeah. So it be, right? So it be. But now it's the same thing with us every single day. We fight things all the time that we should be, embracing. Embrace sometimes those things that you're fighting it. But here we are today. You meet somebody and you think that's the person I'm supposed to be with. But no, they are there to hold you there. They are the distraction you need to hold you in place. Because later on she did meet her husband, the real deal, you know, the one that, understood her plight and her flights and allow her to do that. Because look, if she was married, you think her husband wanted her his wife to be on these back and forth trips, these journeys on the underground? No, he would have been a hindrance. So she couldn't have one at a time. But when her time was up, she was able to settle down. You hear me? You hear me? Don't look at everything as being, oh my gosh, no. Sometimes, right where you are, the uncomfortable place that you are, the place you feel as though you're stuck in. You're fussing about it. You're aggravated. You're upset. Honey, is where you're supposed to be. You need to be there, honey. You got to be there. Because something that you're supposed to have is coming, and it's being perfectly designed for you. And see, it's like two ships in the night. They're sailing from, this ocean to this ocean. And they're going through a whole lot of things. But those things that they're going through is preparing them for them to meet. So right now, this ship right here, the captain will act crazy and they got to dock over here because of this. And this over here, there's a storm coming. So they got to dock because those delays are just part of the plan, the purpose, honey. Sometimes somebody has come into your life. He or she is in your life to hold you still. Whether you're happy there or not, you're there. You ain't going nowhere with them. You're just there. You know what I mean? You're hoping that you can go somewhere, but you're just there. You're wanting to go somewhere, but you're just there. But there's purpose for that too. You're there for a reason. Somebody is holding you still. So, the thing that you're supposed to have, who you're supposed to meet, when that time comes, when that ship finally starts coasting in again, and then you're released from this dock that has held you whole, held you hostage almost. You was held down for whatever the reason may be, honey. You was held up for a reason, honey. Sometimes things come into your life that you do not like. You're fighting something you don't want to fight. Sometimes it's a sickness. It's a sickness, right? You're trying to get over something, a disease, whatever it may be. And you're fighting it. You may be trying to get yourself together. You've lost a lot of things in life, and now you're trying to, build yourself back up again. You're trying to get your finances together. You're trying to get your home together, your children back. You're trying to find yourself, your identity. You're trying to straighten out your life, whatever it may be. That you need to do, right, is taking you some time to get it done. Some people can get it done, within weeks. Some take months. Some people take years. But the delay is not, something that has been denied to you. It's just holding you back. So when you come out, the timing is just right for you, honey. You think about, any story you read, any story you have read in your Bible, just read about every story. Something happened to cause them to be tested and proven to be worthy for the prize. Simple as that. You want to know that you've been found worthy. Someone has said, honey, you gone through it, honey. you know, Shh, please. I had somebody tell me, oh, good gracious, probably 90s. I'm sitting in the middle of the congregation, and I was called out, by the pastor at the time. And he says, Sister Jenny, you know, the Lord just spoke to me and told me that you have been proven, right, to be worthy, you know, to be married, to have a husband, because you have set aside this, that, and the other, yada yada, boom, 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 right? You know, and I was living it, had my life together. I thought, you know, and I'm saying, "Ooh, okay, I have been found faithful," which is nice to hear, right? You know, but then he had other thoughts in his mind, so that didn't work out. but the words always still relayed back into my mind. When you know that you have gone through whatever you've gone through, and you know you have been tested beyond tests, right? And you know you have held it down. You have done everything you know how to do what is right. Period. You know? Simple. How can you be denied of something wonderful when you know you have stood the test? So, if you know you've done everything you're supposed to be doing, you're living what you're supposed to be living, you're exactly where you're supposed to be at, you're busy, not, busy as far as in everybody's business, but I'm talking about you're busy being, constructive, taking care of business, helping other people, to excel, to become, to do. Isn't it amazing? Isn't it wonderful though? And if you're doing all of that and you're making sure your life is in the right place, and you're making sure that everything is, centered like it's supposed to be centered, how can you be denied of anything? So look, hold your place, because there's two ships, there's two ships at sea, and they're destined to meet, you know? And when they meet, and here it is, after you done unloaded this and you done unloaded that, and you've gotten rid of this and gotten rid of that, and you done went down there and rebuilt the motor, and you have fixed this up, and you have made sure that the sail is good, and you have made sure the course is correct. You done everything you're supposed to do, and you said, now I'm straight, I got it together now. Guess what can hinder you now? You're in the right place. So when the ships meet, wow, I've been waiting for you. I've been waiting for you. But you had to be stalled. It's okay. It's the best place for you to be. You're in a stall. It's aggravating when you're in a stall. you know, you get a little antsy because you're ready to go. But if you move too soon, it's like you pick something too fast. You pull something before it's time. Nothing good comes out of it. But when you wait, even in gosh, an uncomfortable place, something good happens, because it's destined to be so. Your life is destined. It is not coincidence. It is not accidental. It is not a oops and a suppose. It's destined. Believe it. Trust it. Where you at? You don't like it. Right? You don't like it. But something good is going to come out of it. You got to trust the process. Trust the process. Trust your God. Believe in yourself. And remember what you said. What did you say you wanted? What did you say you wanted to do? Where did you say you want to be? Who did you expect to be with? Remember those things. Then trust it. It's happening for you. Just then, as I was talking, a bird flew over, and it just cast its shadow like an eagle. There is a message in everything that we do. It's probably about 40 some degrees outside, honey. And it's a little nippy too. But there's a plan bigger than me. A purpose that I may not understand today, but I know this. If I stand and do exactly what I'm supposed to do, great things are coming my way. I will not be left out and I will not be disappointed. How about you? Thank you so much for your time. You have a fabulous day. This is Jenny Oya with nuggets and things. Oh, I'm telling you, things are looking up. Things are going to get better. And we are exactly where we need to be. Much love to you. Let your light forever shine. Be positive, even right there. You think it's dark? You think it's dark? If you think it's dark, then your light ain't shining bright. Shine your light then, honey. That's what you got it for. You know, we used to have the flashlight, honey. You don't use it. Love you.